Donald.
Yeah.
Here at the Farside News, happy day after Valentine's Day, or as we here at Farside like to call it, National Wash Your Cum Towel Day. Last night, meteors were reported to have struck eastern Russia. Over 100 people have reported injuries, mainly from shattered windows. In other news, this will be my last time hosting, as I'm off to Russia in hopes of getting superpowers.
I really don't think that's how it works. Besides, we have a show to do.
No, I'm going to Russia. Do you know how long I wanted superpowers? I would give up both my testicles just for a chance at getting superpowers. You will not stop me. No one will stop me.
Listen to yourself. Snap out of it. That's supervillain talk.
Oh my God. What have I become?
Pope Benedict announced his resignation this week, citing old age as his primary concern. But personally, I think his boss got him having sex with a woman and forced him to resign to avoid embarrassing the church's young boys only policy.
A woman in Australia avoided jail time even after attacking her boyfriend for masturbating in the shower, and then attacking his mother for trying to call the police. Masturbating in the shower, he seems like a real jerk.
But hey, at least it sounds like she got a couple of good whacks in.
Oh. One more.
The Good Samaritan who provided the information that ended the manhunt for fugitive ex-cop Christopher Dorner may be denied the $1 million reward on account of the fact that the reward was for information that led to his capture and not his being burned to a crisp after a shootout with cops. But hey, for $1 million, I would have set the cabin on fire too.
Police are on the hunt in New Mexico for a man who was caught on surveillance tape at a Walmart throwing semen on women. Fortunately, it just turned out to be viral marketing. Catch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 coming to theaters next summer.
A 3,000-year-old carving from prehistoric China has been discovered that depicts explicit pornographic images. It is bicurious in nature. Hear that, Mom? Bicurious, it's a thing!
An alleged 9-year-old girl that gave birth to a baby in Mexico is at least 12, say Mexican officials. I thought we had something inappropriate going on here.
Over the weekend, a series of President George W. Bush's paintings were leaked onto the internet, courtesy of a hacker. That's right, the former U.S. president is spending his newly found free time pursuing a passion that is not so presidential. Let's welcome our very special guest, George W. Bush himself.
Thank you, boys, for having me on the show.
No, Mr. President, thank you. Now, moving on to your most recent hobby. Would you say that you always wanted to be an artist?
I would. And I would say that my talents have been severely underestimated. But, I always thought that the kids in school should have been taught more art, and I'm ashamed that I didn't learn enough art.
Okay, that sort of answers the question. George, did you bring any of your work to show us today?
Yeah, I did this one in the bathtub, and I was thinking about all the times that I flubbed up in the office. I call it a flub-a-dub-dub.
Oh, I see. You know, I thought it might be called Mission Accomplished, or I Will Find Osama.
Now, Tori, it's a pretty good first try. Anything else new for us, George W.?
Yeah. Well, everyone's saying that all I do is paint pictures of my Scotty dogs, but that couldn't be more false. I also pet cats. I wrote meow on it so I wouldn't get confused.
Wow, that's lovely. You know what? I'm going to hang that in a very special place on the break room fridge.
Give it up for former President Bush!
According to his granddaughter, one of Nelson Mandela's favorite TV shows is Toddlers and Tiaras. It's nice for Mr. Mandela to see children in America suffer worse upbringings than the kids in his home.
The GOP state senator was shocked. The GOP state senator of Illinois, Kyle McCarter, has claimed on Facebook that marriage equality is discriminatory towards those who believe marriage should be only between a man and a woman. He has subsequently stated that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is discriminatory towards those that believe that the front of the bus is for white people.
A family in Illinois was shocked after their home was raided by police for being a suspected meth lab. It turned out that the family makes maple syrup as a hobby, and that was the suspicious activity that the neighbors had seen. The police left and went on their way, thus proving that bribing police with something sweet will make them forget about the meth lab going on in your basement.
South Korean seismologists have detected a 4.7 earthquake within the borders of North Korea that seems to be artificial in origin, likely a nuclear bomb test. However, when approached by UN representatives, the North Korean government claimed it was just Kim Jong-un and Vegeta sparring.
Nice.
A group in an Indiana high school is catching national criticism after starting a movement to ban gay people from going to their prom. The school and other students have been distancing themselves from this group. It turns out that the group arguing for banning gay people won't be able to go, as the high school prom is now banning assholes. Unfortunately, the promise of asshole is what made all the gay students want to go to the prom in the first place.
Very nice.
Survivor has had its lowest rated season premiere in series history, meaning only 8.9 million viewers. In other more surprising news, Survivor is still on air.
Prison inmates working in a Washington park were commended for heroic behavior after jumping into a high-current creek to save 3 boys whose canoe capsized. The boys, 8, 10, and 16, all made it back to safety, at which point the 16-year-old was kicked back into the river for being too old. And that's the Far Side News, and remember, if we don't say it,
It ain't news!